Wait, up
Over
here.
here.
Over there.
So you're on camera.
I want you to stand next to me.
Lane has to have it on the record.
Well, you know, he loves food, you know. But have you ever noticed he doesn't eat fruit or nuts? He has a philosophy that you are what you eat.
Oh, God.
These are all groaners.
Say it again, Howard didn't get it.
These are all groaners.
I said he can call you Tom.
He used to be a vegetarian, you know, but every time he went outside, he started leaning towards the sun. See, so he stopped being a vegetarian. He's really a good cook. He can tell when the meat's done in the oven when the alarm goes off. Okay, now when Lane's away, he wanted to try to be a better cook. And so he told me one day that he went and bought a brand new cookbook. Brought it home, tried it, threw it away. Went out, bought another cookbook, didn't work, threw it away. Third cookbook, threw it out. And I said, well, what's wrong? Are these too hard recipes to do? He said, no, they all start with the same phrase. Start with a clean plate. These are not all gems, ladies and gentlemen. But before Lane went over to England, she wanted to bake one of her famous pound cakes. And BJ had a golf appointment with Howard and Larry, and he said, I want to go there. She said, well, I need all my ingredients for this thing, so would you please go to the store and get the ingredients? And he said, well, 45 minutes, I got this golf appointment. Well, I'll make a list for you that you just go through the express lane, so you have no problem. So she made out a list for him. Okay, for the pound cake, she needed a pound of butter, a large bar of vanilla, a dozen eggs, a tub of lard, the 3-pound size because it doesn't come in any smaller, 5 pounds of sugar, 5 pounds of flour, and 6-pack of 7-Up. So BJ went. 2 hours later, he comes walking in the house with all these bags of stuff, plops them down on the table. And Elaine looks at the stuff and says, oh, here's a pound of butter. That's exactly what I wanted. And then 2 large bottles of vanilla. She said, I only needed a 1/4 teaspoon. What am I going to do with these 2 large bottles of vanilla? Then there was 3 dozen eggs. She only needed a half a dozen. There's 3 dozen eggs. What am I going to do with them? And then BJ comes back in with another armful of bags and plops them down on the table. And she's looking at them and she says, oh God, there's 30 pounds of sugar. What am I going to do with 30 pounds of sugar? Oh, next. 25 pounds of sugar. Then there's 30 pounds of flour. And she said, what's going on here? And she said, well, give me that list, BJ. I want to look at it. And so then he went back out to the car again to get more stuff. And she's looking at this list, and she's, I know what I did for the first time in my life. I did something I never did before. And you know, attorneys, you know, they have these left brain, right brain stuff. And this day wasn't exactly working right. And so she itemized them. Number 1, a pound of butter. 1 pound of butter. 2, large bottle of vanilla. 2 bottles of vanilla. 3, a dozen eggs. 3 dozen eggs. 4, a 3-pound tub of lard. 12 pounds of lard. 25 pounds of sugar for number 5. 30 pounds of flour. 5 pounds of egg. And so she said, oh, no, what's going on? And sure enough, here he comes with 42 bottles of 7-Up, you know, because we're 6-pack of 7-Up.
That's you. You know, I've done that.
Okay, now the next one, next grower is, you know, he used to be an attorney internationally. So he had this one client in Brazil, and he did a real good job. And so
The client or BJ?
BJ did a good job.
Really?
Yeah, he did a good job. And so the client wanted to reward him some, so he sent him a gift. It was 2 of these parrots. Beautiful, great big parrots. They were yellow and gold and green and blue and red and all like that. And so a couple weeks later, the client calls up BJ and said, well, did you enjoy the parrots? And he said, yes, they were delicious. And he said, my God, you know, do you realize these were very expensive Upper Amazon parrots? They had a vocabulary of over 1,000 words. And BJ in his very tactful voice said, well, they should have said something.
Dun-dun-dun.
Okay, well, a couple more. There's a couple. He likes to barbecue an awful lot, and anything that involves danger. Okay, that was a real. Now, a couple of years ago, they invited us over, Lane and BJ invited us over for dinner. And so BJ wanted to give Lane a night off, so he said, I'm going to do the cooking tonight.
Of course.
Okay. So we got over there, and we're sitting on the deck, and we're talking, BJ, Pat, and I see Elaine in the kitchen chopping vegetables and fixing the appetizers and all this sort of stuff. And that was fine. A couple minutes later, she brings out the appetizers, we're all having the drinks and everything. She goes back in the kitchen chopping vegetables and stuff like that. She comes out with a plate with a piece of meat on it. She hands it over to BJ and takes a fork, puts it on the grill, and goes to the grill. And so she goes back into the kitchen and she's setting the table and whipping the potatoes and all that. We're talking, everything fine. And so then she yells out from the kitchen, BJ, it's starting to burn, you better turn it over. So he lifts up the grill, turns it over, and pops it down. She sets the table, and we all go eat dinner and everything. And then she's washing the dishes after dinner. And we sat down in the living room, and finally, then BJ says, well, did you enjoy your night off? That's it.
There's one truth to that.
That's it.